my son. The day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas. Child, I watched with pride as you grew into a weapon of righteousness. Remember, our line has always ruled with wisdom.
Convention Center for the biggest event of the year, no other than Blizzcon 2009. We have 26,000 people in-house and over 30,000 people on the web checking us out. So what are we all here for? We're here for Blizzcon 2009.
Welcome to Blizzcon 2009. The most intense gaming convention on the planet is now on the air. Today, you're part of television and gaming history. DirecTV presents BlizzCon Live. 18 hours of coverage in full HD. This year's convention sold out in 53 seconds. And now, you have a ticket. And you're here, live. Coming up, we'll take you inside BlizzCon and celebrate the Blizzard world of games, including Diablo 3. StarCraft 2.
It's about time.
And World of Warcraft. Over the next 2 days, you will have have unprecedented access to the convention floor, including an exclusive tour of the Blizzard campus, where the Blizzard universe is created, and Ozzy Osbourne live in concert, plus level 80. See imaginative, wildly creative contests from the Blizzard family of games, hosted by funny man Jay Moore. This is 18 hours of HD TV you'll never forget. Delight in fierce tournament play as the best gamers in the world battle for global supremacy. Catch developer panels and learn insider secrets. Plus, interact with us on the air. Enthusiasm and excitement reign supreme at the Mecca for dedicated gamers worldwide. We're glad you've joined us and Blizzard players from around the world as we make gaming history. The world's most passionate gamers have all come together in Anaheim, California. The big day is here. Anticipation is high as we get set for this extraordinary television event. It's BlizzCon 2009, live on DirecTV.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. This is BlizzCon 2009 in Anaheim, California. The biggest gaming company in the world, Blizzard, is putting on a huge celebration for their fans. 26,000 fans. They sold out BlizzCon in 56 seconds. They are here to experience the latest news, to meet their in-game friends, see new people, and hear the latest on the future of Blizzard. But through the power of TV and the internet, we are now bringing you a live, uninterrupted HD stream of this show on the internet and also on DirecTV for the next 2 days. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Keighley from Spike TV, and joining me, as always, is the beautiful Kat Hunter for BlizzCon 2009 Live. Kat, are you excited?
I am excited. It does not seem. It seems like it was yesterday.
This guy's excited.
This guy's excited. It seems like yesterday we were sitting here trying to decide what was going to happen at the big announcement, and here we are again.
That's right. We've got 2 days of amazing activity here at BlizzCon, and these guys really blow it out for their fans. The opening ceremony is just about 29 minutes away when you guys are going to hear the news as it happens here at BlizzCon. And then tomorrow night, we've got Ozzy Osbourne live.
Yes.
We've got panels all throughout the days on World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, lots of news coming out from Blizzard. Now, Kat, you know what's going on here. You've got the pulse of the gamers. What are people expecting from the opening ceremony?
Well, there's been a lot of leaks over the last week when it comes to World of Warcraft, and we don't know now if they're leaks, are they rumors, are people making it up, but if it's true, there's going to be a really big announcement for WoW.
All right, well, we're going to see what they have to say in just less than a half an hour. Now, joining us out in the field all throughout BlizzCon will be our correspondent, Jo Garcia. You saw her in the open, and she'll be coming back to join us with updates from the fans all around the convention. But right now, we're going to look at a schedule of events and what you guys can expect all throughout the day here on BlizzCon. Kat and I will be taking you through BlizzCon day one, all day. Now, it starts with the opening ceremony in just less than a half an hour. Mike Morheim will be on stage at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, and we will bring that to you uninterrupted, live, and in high definition here on DirecTV and on the internet. And then at 3:30, it's the World of Warcraft preview panel. Curious if that is right after the opening ceremony. That might mean you're right about that potential expansion.
I think that's a signal from the company.
Exactly. Now we're going to move on to the Diablo 3 Heroes and Monsters panel at 5 o'clock Eastern. Lots of rumors that there might be another class for Diablo unveiled. I think they've talked about 3 of them so far, right? There's 2 left to talk about.
All right.
So that'll happen at 5 o'clock, and then it rolls right on to the another panel that we're going to see right at 6 o'clock. There's going to be another one, or 6:30. It's a StarCraft 2 BattleNet discussion panel. Lots of talk about StarCraft 2 being delayed into 2010. The main reason was getting the new BattleNet ready, and they're going to unveil that to the fans at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. 8 o'clock, it's the World of Warcraft class, items, and professions discussion panel. So maybe we'll hear if there's maybe a new class in the expansion, or we don't know.
It could happen. It could happen.
It could happen. And then finally at 9 o'clock, we've got the costume, original song, dance, sound-alike, machinima, and original art contest. That's a lot of text. It's hosted by Jay Moore. This is one of my favorite things last year.
Absolutely.
At BlizzCon last year, there was this girl, I think she was from Arizona. She created a turtle, which was a modified wheelchair in the costume contest.
They
and
did.
It was like a float from Disneyland.
They did.
She came out with.
But there's been a lot of new rules on the costume contest this year. They make it a little bit harder for people to try to bring something like a golf cart out on stage. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we see more costume and less machinery. That's what I think.
I don't.
I think it's all about the costumes. I'm a purist.
Well, you guys are going to see that all live on DirecTV, so you'll be able to judge the costumes yourselves and see if Kat was right about more costumes and I want more floats and machinery, so we'll find out later tonight. Now, one of the great things here about BlizzCon is that Blizzard gives us extraordinary access, and we get to bring that to you guys in your homes. And it's not just here at BlizzCon. We actually got exclusive access to the Blizzard campus here in Irvine, California. And right now, we're going to take you behind the scenes for an unprecedented look at Blizzard, and it's hosted by Paul Sams from Blizzard. Let's check that out.
Prepare yourselves, mortals, for an epic journey into the majestic realm of Southern California, where we will storm the gates of the world's leading gaming company and grant you exclusive access to the hallowed halls of Blizzard Entertainment.
Wow, that was quite an introduction. I'm Paul Sams, and I'm Chief Operating Officer at Blizzard Entertainment in Irvine, California, and you are at the center of the Blizzard Entertainment gaming universe. At the Blizzard campus, we've got employees from all walks of life. We've got designers, producers, artists, everything. Everything that happens within the Blizzard universes, whether it be toys, action figures, our video games, anything. It all happens here at our headquarters. We also run the entire infrastructure for World of Warcraft from our Global Network Operations Center here. It's really an incredible place to see. And now I'm going to give you a behind-the-scenes, exclusive and rare look into our headquarters at Blizzard Entertainment. Come on. So if you ever come visit us here at Blizzard, you're going to start here in our lobby. But you'll have to get past Nova to get to see me. Let's go on ahead and check out our museum. We find ourselves in the Blizzard Museum, where you can see things from original concept art, including things like our collectible card games and action figures and maquettes and what have you. But right now, let's go and check out a couple of my favorite displays. So this is one of my favorite pieces in our museum. The StarCraft disc you see here actually went up in 1999 with Dr. Dan Barry to the International Space Station. And so this basically commemorates that trip and the fact that the StarCraft disc went into outer space. So this is a great piece. We had an opportunity to work with Matt and Trey on an episode of South Park a couple of years ago called Make Love, Not Warcraft. And it went on to win an Emmy Award and became their most popular show of all time. So we're up on the second floor of our main building now, and we're going to go behind the scenes and check out World of Warcraft with the production director, J. Allen Rack. Are you prepared?
Thank you, Paul, and welcome to the World of Warcraft area. This is actually the Team 2 floor. I'm J. Allen Brack. I'm the production director, and I'm here to give you kind of an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour. So as we walk down here in this area, this is the designer area. The design team is one of the most important teams on World of Warcraft. The design team is responsible for creating content, creating quests, creating dungeon encounters, and overall doing a lot of work to actually make the game really fun. This is my office right over here. I'm going to go ahead and get back to work. I've got a Wrath of the Lich King expansion to ship, so thanks for the time. Glad you got to see some behind the scenes, and back to you, Paul.
So right now, we're in our Global Network Operations Center, and this is the first behind-the-scenes look that anyone's ever had with a camera. What you'll find here is that we've got a bunch of guys 24/7 monitoring all of our realms and all of our servers globally. And so before problems are detected by you guys out in the game, these guys see it, and they're able to start working on repairing it and getting it up and running properly for you as quick as possible. So one of the things you'll see up on the screen here is the Global Disaster Alert System. The reason why we have this up in our data center is back in the early days of World of Warcraft, when we were first going into beta in 2004, we had a tornado hit one of our data centers. We were down for about 3 days, and we're there in the data center drying the servers with hair dryers, trying to get the system up and running, and we were able to do that in 3 days, which no one could believe. So this is a day and night cycle, and what it shows is all these points of light are actual World of Warcraft players that are on right now. I wish. So that's the behind-the-scenes look at Blizzard Entertainment. We hope you enjoyed it. So let's get back to BlizzCon and check out the show.
And of course, for more information about StarCraft, you need to go to IGN.com for reviews, previews, and videos. Everything you need to know.
All right, well, that was inside of Blizzard and exclusive access. It's amazing to see that Global Networks Operations Center and the little points of light as people play World of Warcraft. It really shows how global the audience is for Blizzard, and it's amazing, you know, people that are watching this stream on the internet. We have over 100 countries joining us for BlizzCon Live, so I want to welcome all you guys that are joining us from all around the world. But now we have another special guest joining us right here on stage. It's Kim Pham, who is known as a shoutcaster for all these amazing tournaments that happen.
A fantastic shoutcaster.
And I heard there's over $200,000 on the line this weekend at BlizzCon.
There's definitely a lot of money to be won for the global finals, definitely.
That's very exciting. Now, tell us a bit about the tournaments here at BlizzCon and what we can expect. I know there are different tournament stages, so there are basically 3 tournaments that will go on over the next 2 days?
That's correct. So there's 3 global finals that's taking place. The World of Warcraft Arena Global Finals, you have the StarCraft Global Finals, and then the Warcraft 3. So there's 2 stages that the tournaments will be taking place on. The RTS stage, where you'll have StarCraft and Warcraft 3, and then you have the WoW Arena stage, just dedicated to World of Warcraft.
Well, now you're going to give us a little bit of preview of what we can expect. And if you guys want to see uninterrupted coverage of these tournaments, you can go to blizzcon.com. We'll also be covering it as much as we can here on the live show as well. So, Kim, why don't you take us through some of the tournaments that we're going to see? And the first one we're going to start off with here is the World of Warcraft tournament brackets, right?
Right. So World of Warcraft, a lot of people are looking forward to that because we have so many World of Warcraft fans. And the Arena tournament is a 3v3 tournament style. So there's 3 players against other 3 players. We have 8 teams here. Represented from 4 different regions: Korea, Taiwan, US, and Europe.
Who are your favorite teams that you're looking at this year?
You know, I'm trying to get into WoW. I know you're a much bigger WoW fan than I am. I'm actually excited to see how Existence is going to do because they won the regional finals in Europe this year and last year. They're back again, and I like their play style. It's it's fast. It's hard for me to keep up with it, but it's exciting and it's a lot of fun.
I'm an SK fan myself. I'm hoping to see them come out. They've really dominated MLG this year in tournaments, so I hope you're wrong. I hope we get to see SK win.
Now, let me ask you guys about these tournaments. When you say a team 3-on-3, do the team members change every year? I mean, the team that was SK last year, will it change to who it is this year? Are they the same guys?
Occasionally, players will either change the teams that are on or they'll change the sponsors that they're on, so you don't necessarily see the same lineup year to year.
Correct.
All right, so you got to watch and see how they do. Now we're going to move on to another tournament that we're going to be seeing, and that's the Warcraft 3 tournament.
Yeah.
Warcraft 3 is an oldie but goodie here. Lots of Blizzard fans are playing that one, and Kim, you're already cheering. This is a favorite of yours?
Yes, the Warcraft 3 tournament is definitely my favorite tournament. I will be commentating the tournament this year, as I did last year. The brackets are up right here. There's a lot of great matches to look at. In the match 1, you're going to have Lin playing against Nicker. He's from Russia. You have Grubby against Sonky in match 2.
Grubby's my favorite.
He is one of my favorites, too.
Why is Grubby your favorite?
I actually worked with him on a Team Evil Geniuses that he's with now, so I have a lot of experience with him professionally.
All right, so he's one to watch. Keep going, Kim, yes?
Yeah, he is. And then match 3 is Long Walk versus Shy, and then you have Lucifron versus Soccer. Now, with Warcraft 3, though, it's interesting this year. We have no undead players at all that made it to the global finals. It's predominantly Night Elf versus Orc, with one single human player who made it. And, there's a lot of great matches. My favorite player, I mean, you say you like Grubby. Right. Grubby has always been one of my all-time favorite players, but I think a lot of people will be cheering for Lin this year. Right. He's our defending champion. He won the BlizzCon Global Finals last year. Right. And then a lot of people will also be cheering for Lucifron, who took 2nd place last year. And Lucifron debuted at BlizzCon last year, kind of came out of nowhere. A lot of people weren't expecting him to make it 2nd place, but he did. He's one of the youngest players in this competition. He just turned 17, and a lot of people wanted him to win just because no one expected to, but he is back again, so you never know.
And he's been training. He's getting ready for BlizzCon. All right, well,
he is, but definitely don't underestimate the other Night Elf players like Soccer and Shy. They may surprise you guys as well, but those 5 players are the ones that are estimated to be in the top 3.
Excellent. All right, now we're going to move on to another tournament. This is StarCraft, not StarCraft 2, which is still not out. Right. There will be obviously a lot of StarCraft 2 content here at the show, but StarCraft, which is I think a decade old at this point. People are still playing this game, loving it, and there will be in a StarCraft Invitational tournament, of course, right?
Yeah. That says something about StarCraft. When you watch StarCraft on the tournament stage, the UI may seem a little dated, but the gameplay is timeless. It's
now let's get to some of the brackets here. What can we expect here, Kim?
So the first matchup, Savior versus Beckham, that's a good matchup to see. Savior is going to be a big fan favorite. He is from Korea. He is 2-time defending champion of BlizzCon. He won last year and the year before. And in the interview that he won, he actually told all his fans that he was going to destroy everyone in 2009. So we'll see if he's going to keep his word and win again this year.
Is there a lot of smack talk that happens amongst these players?
Actually, no, it's not that common for them to smack talk, but Xavier was very confident, and he let it out there. He said he's going to destroy it. It's questionable how well he's doing this year, but he's a BlizzCon star. He shines every time he's at BlizzCon, so we'll see how he does this year.
Now, Xavier is one of our players to watch. Who else are you watching in the StarCraft tournament?
So I'm also looking forward to see how IDRA is going to do. So now when you watch the StarCraft matches and you listen to the commentators, be aware that they are going to throw out this term called foreigners. And sometimes using a foreigners, you think someone who's not from, your country. Right. But not in the case of StarCraft. Foreigner is a player who is not from Korea. Because Korea has welcomed StarCraft, and there's so many pro gamers in StarCraft. It's such a strong sport there that anybody that is not from Korea is considered a foreigner.
Interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, IDRA is a foreigner favorite.
Okay.
In America,
he's from the U.S. And he actually trains with Xavier, so he plays with the best. And
so Xavier actually trains him, so he might be able to beat him. The apprentice beating the master.
Maybe. Who knows? That would be a nice surprise. But I don't think Xavier will let that happen. So keep an eye out for IDRA. He surprised a lot of people last year at BlizzCon because he knocked out Yellow in the first round, and it's unheard of that a Korean player does not advance in the second round. They win every first round.
So it could be Xavier versus Indra at the end of the tournament here for the final match?
That would be a nice surprise. I would love that.
All right, well, we'll have to see. Now, this is all going on today and tomorrow, and if people want to see all the coverage of these tournaments, you can go to BlizzCon.com, but of course, we'll be updating you throughout the live broadcast here on DirecTV. Kim, thank you so much. I'll let you get over there to get ready to shoutcast later today.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, well, over in the StarCraft area, speaking of StarCraft, is Joe Garcia. Joe, what have you found over there?
Hey guys, we're over here in the StarCraft area. It's pretty crazy. We had people running through the door to get in line to get a hit on one of the computers so they can play the new StarCraft 2. And I'm roaming around and I'm seeing all these crazy people, and I happen to bump into Rainer 4 years later.
That's right. From Rainer with love, babe.
So we got Rebel Rainer here. Are you going to be in the costume contest today?
That's right. Yep.
And do you plan on winning?
I don't know. I don't think I can win, though.
Yeah, all right. But we also have a bunch of people roaming around trying to figure out where they're going to go next. So behind us, we want to get you guys in this machine. I'd love to see Kat and Jeff rocking it out in this machine. It's kind of scary. It flips you around and makes you a little nauseous. So we're going to go work the floor and see what people are up to. So back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Joe, I'd rock that machine. I think we all got to have a little spin in that.
A little
whatever
bit
you
later.
call it, a whirl in that.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're back here on the main stage as we count down to the opening ceremonies at BlizzCon at the bottom of the hour. You guys are going to see that live and uninterrupted in high definition. But right now, Kat, we have something here on the desk. This is the goodie bag. If you're one of the lucky 26,000 people to be here at BlizzCon, everyone gets one of these great goodie bags. It's one of the perks that you get as being a part of BlizzCon. And we've got something here, which is the noob.
Very well closed. So let me explain what happened this year. So usually when you go to BlizzCon, you're going to have a bag with a bunch of little tchotchkes in it, which is what we saw last year.
Right.
So this year,
we spilled it out on the table.
We spilled it out on the table. So this year instead, what we wanted to do, or what Blizzard wanted to do, was provide more of a value to their customers and do something really collectible. And so we have something that is, it's called a noob, and it is specially designed here. It's a Marine from StarCraft, and it comes from Urban Vinyl. I don't know if you're familiar with the Urban Vinyl movement, but there are all these toys that you can get in the store, and a lot of artists actually paint them. And so what we have here is one that was especially designed just for BlizzCon. Well, the thing is, he's all tied in there.
I'll figure it out here while you talk.
You can see that.
We got to see the noob. How do you get the noob out?
He's all tied in.
All right, so these noobs, now I heard there were 3 artists at Blizzard that did different noobs, and there are 3 different versions of noobs.
So if you actually go to the store, which we're going to be doing with later with Joe today, you're going to have 3 different noobs that are designed exactly, or specifically by Blizzard artists. And then what we did is they had a big competition, and then the 3 people their toys were sent off to a toy company and they were reproduced. So it's a big honor for the artists.
So that's the Blizzard noob. That's going to be all over eBay. I'm sure that's very exciting, and people are going to get to play with this inside the bag. Now, what else? You know, in past years, there's always been a beta key sometimes in the bag.
There is.
Is there one again?
No beta code this year.
All right.
This year, it's just a pet card. So there is a little Murloc and a Marine suit, and it's called Grunty. So it's definitely homage to everything StarCraft this year.
Excellent. Well, speaking of the noob, we actually have a really interesting behind-the-scenes feature about how they put these together. You're going to meet Corey Jones from Blizzard and some of the artists who actually created the special noobs that are only going to be at the BlizzCon store. So let's go behind the scenes, the making of the noob at BlizzCon 2009.
One of the great things about Blizzard is that we keep a very open canvas when it comes to licensed goods. We look for the coolest, best opportunities out there and make sure we create stuff that our fans are going to really fall in love with. One of the things that we looked at recently was urban vinyl. The urban vinyl movement is a toy movement where people take a canvas essentially made out of a toy shape, and then they have artists paint different iterations on this canvas, and you get lots of really cool, very collectible toys. And we thought this would be a great thing for Blizzard, and what we did was we worked with an internal artist, who I think you're going to meet in a second, and made this form, which is the Marine from StarCraft.
Hell, it's about time.
So this became what we're calling a noob, and we're going to have other noobs too. So this is a very cool product, and to make it even cooler, what we did was we made 250 of them, and we did an internal lottery at Blizzard. And anyone who wanted to actually decorate one of these noobs could enter the lottery. If they won, they got a blank one. Then they could decorate it, and we had a contest, and we voted for the top 3. And the good news is, at BlizzCon this year, as an exclusive, you're going to have a chance to buy a version of each of those top 3 winners, and a blank one, so you can actually decorate your own. How cool is that? And now that I've told you about the noob concept, let's go and meet the winners.
I'm John Butkus, one of the animators on World of Warcraft.
You are not prepared!
I'm one of the winners of the noob contest. We had, well, one of 3 winners. We had a contest to design and paint these guys. I chose Ragnaros. You know, I've never had a toy or anything, actually anything of mine go on the market besides the games. So I hope everybody likes it and thinks I did, you know, justice to the Warcraft guy.
I'm Oliver Chipping. I'm a 3D artist at Blizzard Entertainment, and I'm working on Diablo 3. Recently won a contest for Blizzard's new toy, the Noobs, and this is my noob. His name is Goulash, and he was inspired when I was first playing World of Warcraft as a young Horde player. This is the first guy that killed me a lot of times repeatedly. So I grew earnest hatred for him, and out of that grew eventually a love and a bond between us. So some of the initial sketches I did on just a basic blank layout. I took my inspiration for this guy and just tried to apply it across a 3D object, which is a little bit of a difficult translation, but I think it pulled it off pretty nicely and got a final product out of it.
My name is Julien Lefebvre. I'm a 3D artist at Blizzard Entertainment. I'm working on Diablo 3, and I'm one of the winners of the noob contest. And this is Murloc Madness. At BlizzCon, the blank version will be available too, so people will be able to buy those ones or the blank one and try themselves nice design and share it with the rest of the community of Blizzard fans, for sure.
So before you go, I wanted to show you one more thing. One of the great things about BlizzCon is the goodie bag. Everyone loves the goodie bag. And this year we've done something a little different. We've actually created a very cool, large-scale collectible to put into the goodie bag, and that's going to be the Rainer Noob. Now, the only way to get the Rainer Noob is going to be to actually have attended BlizzCon. So this is hyper exclusive, and you can see we've included the BlizzCon logo on his armor. We've got a little WoW call out, a little Diablo 3 call out. So it really does bring all of our Blizzard brands together into one really super cool collectible. We're very excited about this, and I think everyone at the show is going to love it. And that's about it. So why don't we get back to BlizzCon 2009?
All right, and that was the story of the noobs, and I finally got that out of the package there. Yeah. There's the brand new noob that people will be able to get here at BlizzCon. But if you guys are not here at BlizzCon, you're watching at home, people are still going to get something special, right, Kat?
They are. So everyone who's watching this at home is going to be able to get the in-game pet, which is Grunty. It's a Murloc in a marine suit. It's very cool. And of course, we're going to be on IGN. They're going to be counting down the top 10 Blizzard games. And while you're sitting at home watching the show, you can browse over there and check that out. One
other thing you guys can do on the internet is contact us via Twitter. We have a lot of guests that are coming up on the show. Mike, when he finishes with the opening ceremony, he's going to come right here to the BlizzCon DirecTV desk to answer our questions, but we also want to include you guys as part of the Blizzard community. So if you guys have questions, you can Twitter the questions to us. It's at Jeff Keighley, which is my name, at Cat Hunter, and also at the DTV. So we'll be checking Twitter. If you guys have questions for Mike, send them to us right now, and we'll be able to look them over, and we'll ask them to Mike and get your name on the show as well.
We want you to be a part of the show as well. It's not just us asking questions. We want to hear what you have to say.
Absolutely. Now, out in the field, Joe Garcia continues to traverse all over BlizzCon 2009. Joe, where are you right now?
I thought the gaming station in StarCraft was crazy. I was wrong. I'm over here in Hall A at the BlizzCon store, and there are people in line waiting to buy some of the most crazy things here. I have people from Australia that came all the way down here, and they're here to buy some stuff. What are you here to buy?
I'm here to buy the soft Murloc plush toys. You can't get them anywhere else.
And you came from where?
We came from the west coast of Australia. We came from Perth.
So they've trekked it pretty far to get some stuff. What are you guys here to buy?
T-shirt.
T-shirt, and you?
A couple Steins, maybe some books, some noobs. Look pretty cool.
You got to get all three of them and the blank
all
one.
All of them.
But we have to check it out. There's some crazy stuff in the case. We have the poker set, which is supposed to be the hot item. We also have the art book, which is the new art for World of Warcraft. So a lot of people are anticipating a purchase on that. And then for the contest that you guys had for the noobs, we have the 3 noobs available here for purchase, also the blank one. So we have a lot of people ready and revved up. They have their order forms in their hand. They're limited to 5 per item. So they're ready to go shop in the BlizzCon store. They'll wait here all day. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, well, that looks pretty fun over there, and I'm sure there's a huge line because these things sell out pretty quickly, right?
So I don't know if you realize this, but the products that are sold in the store are only available to people at BlizzCon, and there's months and months of preparation that are spent simply to have items in that store. It's 1,100 square feet in the back of that.
Wow. And how many items are going to be in the store? Do you have
I believe they have around 60 different items in the store this year, and you're only going to be able to buy them at BlizzCon. So it's a really exciting part of the BlizzCon experience.
All right, well, people are going to be picking up those items. You'll probably be able to find them on eBay if you want to. Although I guess a lot of people probably hold on to these things because they mean a lot to these Blizzard fans.
They'll hold on to them, but check eBay in a couple hours. You'll see it. Don't worry.
People always trying to make a quick buck. Well, we're just less than 5 minutes away now from the opening ceremony with Mike Morheim, who's going to be on stage. Now, we talked a little bit before about what to expect. You know, there's rumors, obviously, of a brand new World of Warcraft expansion pack. Cataclysm is a term that Blizzard tried to trademark about a month ago. That leaked out online. People are wondering what that might be, so hopefully we'll hear news on that.
We will.
StarCraft 2, not expecting a lot of news because there were a lot of single-player previews that just came out last week online. There was a new cinematic, new footage. But one thing I think a lot of fans are wondering about is the beta of StarCraft 2. The game was originally scheduled to come out this holiday season. On August 5th on the Activision earnings call, they announced that the game was not going to come out this year. It's going to be delayed until 2010.
And the beta was already supposed to be out by now, so we're wondering where it is.
We're going to have to ask. If Mike doesn't address in the opening ceremonies, he's going to have to sit right over there afterwards and tell us what the deal is with StarCraft 2.
We'll find out.
And I think there are some StarCraft 2 announcements that may happen tomorrow. Little Bird told me you might want to stay tuned. There may be some surprises tomorrow on the StarCraft 2 lore panel.
All right.
So folks may want to tune in for that. Absolutely, and we'll have that uninterrupted on DirecTV. Now, finally, Diablo 3. Let's talk a bit about that. It is playable here at Gamescom in Germany. They showed a brand new desert stage. There was a lot of talk online about that.
Right.
One question I think a lot of people have is, what is the new class going to be? Are they going to reveal a new class here at BlizzCon? What do you think?
It's absolutely a new class. That's been their pattern over the last few years. That's what we're here to see. It's just a matter of who it's going to be.
Any predictions? What do you think?
You know, we had a really cool class last year that was more magical in nature. So this year I think it's going to be more strength-based or maybe more speed-based. We'll see.
We'll have to see. It could all go down in moments here, Kat, on DirecTV. So we'll have big announcements on all 3 of those games. And there are also 1,700 computers that are throughout the halls of BlizzCon here for people to actually play these games, right?
It's amazing. Like, I've never seen so many computers in one room except for maybe QuakeCon. It's absolutely amazing.
Now, the BlizzCon members actually get to come here. They get to, you can see over there, actually, people are playing Diablo 3 at the side of the stage, and they get to basically line up. They get to sit down and play the game for, what is it, 30 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's about 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
You get a good chance. There's several missions that are available to them, and they're able to play through it. And then at a certain time, of course, they have to get up. But you're able to on the Diablo stage this year. You're able to play multiplayer. So if you come with 4 of your friends, you can actually run through the level together, which is a lot of fun.
Co-op is an important part of it. All right. Well, right now we're going to go to the main stage because the opening ceremonies of BlizzCon are about to begin, and they're live in high definition right here on DirecTV. Enjoy the opening ceremonies.
entitled Pet Peeves That You Expect at BlizzCon. All right, let's go over a few, shall we? Number one, no particular order. Pet peeves you expect at BlizzCon. Number one, someone who tries to say GG, pwn, LOL, or anything like that out loud. Like that guy. Number two, audible chewing. Right, we get that? Number three, mouth breathers. And number four, my favorite, people who want to fight you in real life just for not being Horde. No, you guys. Clearly, I can tell by your reactions that these things are not happening here, right? And I don't need to remind you guys to be courteous, be mindful, and have a good time. Because we want your BlizzCon experience to be the best it can be, all right? Okay, that's right. All right, I have a couple of important things to mention. After the opening ceremony, you can pick up your souvenir BlizzCon program near the queues of any of the demo areas, okay? They're also available at the 2 info kiosks and at registration in Hall E downstairs, all right? Please, just one program per person, thank you. Also, there are feedback stations in each of the demo areas, so please take a moment to share your thoughts using the computer-based surveys after playing each of the games. We want to hear from you. All right. There's also a general BlizzCon feedback station in Hall C near the orc statue. All right? Lastly, did you guys know we have over 1,700 PCs here today? Can you believe that? Amazing. 150 of those are set up just for community tournaments in Hall A, so enjoy. All right. You guys ready to get this thing going? I really need to hear some excitement. You guys ready to get BlizzCon started? All right. Well, give it up for our CEO and co-founder, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Morheim.
Hello, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, Terran, Protoss, and Zerg, members of the Horde and the Alliance, welcome to BlizzCon 2009. I'd also like to say a quick hello to the viewers watching us from Cologne, Germany at Gamescom, where StarCraft II just won Best of Gamescom. It's great to see you all here. How many of you have ever been to BlizzCon before? Okay, now how many of you have been to every BlizzCon? BlizzCon has the wonderful distinction of being the only convention where attendees from Azeroth outnumber the entire undergraduate population of UCLA. This is also the only place in the world where everyone in attendance is rooting for something cataclysmic to happen. From the moment Blizzard was spawned, we have poured every ounce of our dedication and creativity into becoming the ultimate gaming company. Somewhere along the way, however, we achieved something even greater. We became a part of the ultimate gaming community. Speaking of gaming communities, I'd love to say welcome back to our players in China. In preparation for the relaunch of World of Warcraft in China, we recently brought the game back online with our new partner NetEase for a huge beta test there. Yeah. I don't have a good segue for this next part, so I gotta Pause. Here we go. In the lobby of Blizzard's Irvine headquarters, we have several binders that sit on the table in the waiting area. While people wait, they're able to flip through samples of more than a decade of letters, drawings, and character suggestions, as well as some very articulate reviews of our performance. So if you don't think that CEOs have bosses, think again. What those binders and the thousands of additional letters we received over the years demonstrate to me is the immeasurable passion of the world's greatest gaming community. This community is so committed, in fact, that when tickets went on sale for BlizzCon 2009, if you didn't get into the queue within 30 seconds, you didn't get a ticket. It took 45 minutes for us to process all the orders, but essentially, 20,000 tickets to BlizzCon sold out in less than 1 minute. That's even faster than Ret Paladins can storm the forums after a nerf. But knowing that the Blizzard gaming community is bigger than over half of the countries in the world, we have made some arrangements to ensure that everyone is included. In addition to the 20,000 of you currently in attendance at this convention, there are an estimated 50,000 of your fellow gamers across more than 100 countries viewing us right now live via pay-per-view. Let's say hello. I know there are a lot of servicemen and women located around the world, some of which are watching us via the internet as well. I'd like to offer and your support. A lot of exciting stuff has happened since we were last together at BlizzCon 2008. For starters, we released an expansion. I don't know. Some of you may have heard of it, Wrath of the Lich King. Within its first 24 hours of availability, Wrath of the Lich King was scooped up by more than 2.8 million people. If that kind of record-breaking turnout doesn't define passion, then I don't know what does. Speaking of passion, let's take a look at some memorable moments from last year's BlizzCon, as well as some of the highlights from the Wrath of the Lich King midnight launch.
his throne. Within heaven hold, I am born again. My deeds will bring the fall of man.
Those were some exciting times. So long that GameStop and Best Buy had to bring new stores online and offer free transfers. Get it? Like free realm transfers? Okay. Come on. Okay, as you know, the past year involved a lot of interface upgrades and additions. The new phasing technology represented a big step forward for how players experience the world. The new equipment manager, instance lock extension, and dual spec capabilities offered greater flexibility and a more satisfying game experience. And the upcoming character faction chain service will allow players to transform into equivalent characters of opposing factions on the same realm. Or as it's known in politics, flip-flopping. Another innovation that we introduced this year is the mobile World of Warcraft Armory, a must for every gamer on the go. iPhone owners can now view profiles and other game information from anywhere, anytime. Even more exciting than looking back, though, is looking into the future. As you'll learn this weekend, we have some very big plans for 2010. This November, we will be celebrating the 5-year anniversary of the launch of World of Warcraft. To commemorate the occasion, we will be revamping Onyxia. The first encounter with her was merely a setback. Next year, we will be shipping StarCraft II along with the new BattleNet platform. The upgraded BattleNet functionality will enhance how you all interact with each other in Blizzard games. We've been looking forward to sharing our plans for the new BattleNet for a really long time, and you all will be the first in the world to hear those plans. Make sure to attend the BattleNet panel right here on the main stage at 3:30 p.m. today to learn more. So, does the name Sam Raimi mean anything to you guys? It sounds like many of you heard our announcement last month that Sam has signed on to direct the Warcraft movie. What you may not have heard is that we first met Sam when he attended last year's Blizzcon, and we were struck by his passion for the Warcraft universe. While we were talking to him, the topic of the Warcraft movie came up, and he expressed interest in talking about it some more. We're all big fans of Sam's work, and we're thrilled to have him on board for the movie. Between Sam's incredible talent, the support of Legendary Pictures, and the involvement of Dark Knight producer Chuck Rovin, we're confident the movie is in the best possible hands. And no, this doesn't mean that Bruce Campbell will be playing Leroy Jenkins. But now that I think about it, it's not a bad idea. One of the announcements I'm most excited to share with you is that this weekend, for the first time ever, you will be able to get your hands on the single-player campaign for StarCraft II. What we've done with the single-player content in StarCraft II is unlike anything you've experienced in a Blizzard game or any RTS for that matter, and I think you're going to like what you have to see, what you see. Head over to Hall B to try it out and let us know what you think. As Gary mentioned, we also have a bank of 150 computers set up in Hall A for you to enter on-site competitions throughout the event. Games will be available, including Warcraft 3, Defense of the Ancients, StarCraft 2 multiplayer, World of Warcraft Battlegrounds, and new to BlizzCon, but familiar to many of you, Warcraft 2. As a member of the global Blizzard gaming community, you all have embraced the multiplayer elements in our games in a way that has made them a fixture in esports competitions around the world. In fact, you have elevated esports far beyond what anyone thought possible a few short years ago. In that spirit, we are honored to have some of the top professional gamers in the world competing here at BlizzCon this weekend. These players will be competing for over $200,000 in prizes. That brings our total cash prizes for official Blizzard esports competitions this year to more than $340,000. Those of you who have been here before may have noticed something different about your goodie bags this year. To thank you for your dedication and your commitment, and to commemorate your attendance at BlizzCon 2009, you will find in your goodie bags an exclusive figure from our new line of Blizzard Noobs collectibles. This is a one-of-a-kind item that will not be available to the public at any point and will never be reproduced. Those of you in attendance have an exclusive instant collectible to remember your experience at BlizzCon, or to sell on eBay for the price of a small car. But I know that none of you would ever do that. Back in April, we held an internal contest, and we asked Blizzard employees from around the world to customize their own Noobs figure. The 3 winning submissions were selected for production, and we're proud to have them available for sale at the BlizzCon store. You can also purchase a blank Noobs figure at the store and customize it however you like at the workshop in Hall B. In addition, other figures decorated by Blizzard employees will be on display in the BlizzCon Art Gallery. To keep everyone entertained here in Hall D during breaks and the panels, we are fortunate to have MC Frontalot, the pride of the geeks. We're also thrilled to have Jay Moore returning once again to host our contests. The contests are always one of the highlights of the show. Be sure to head back here at 6 p.m. tonight for some amazing displays of creativity, and okay, some not so amazing displays of creativity also. You might want to come early. To make sure you get a good seat. On the musical side of things, we have one of our favorite rock bands in the world of Warcraft, anyway. That's right, level 80 Elite Tauren Chieftain is back. And we also have one of the biggest rockers in the actual real world. I'm talking about the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne. Before we get to Ozzy, though, on Saturday night, we have a lot of exciting ground to cover. So whether you're joining us today in Anaheim or live via pay-per-view from a distant corner of the world, you all are part of something truly epic. BlizzCon was created to celebrate Blizzard games, our shared passions, and the Blizzard gaming community. And none of this would be possible without you. So please give yourselves a slash cheer. Come on, slash cheer like you mean it. Come on. I see you guys. I can see you. Okay. Many of you know our next speaker, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like what he has to share. Enjoy your time at BlizzCon, and I look forward to chatting with many of you over the next couple of days. I will now turn the stage over to our Vice President of Creative Development, Chris Metzen.
Wow, what up, BlizzCon? Wow, there are a lot of people in this room. I hope I don't screw up. Wow. Guys, I think I can say this on behalf of all of Blizzard. It is a great pleasure. By way of a short story, you know, we're a company that prides ourselves on not putting games out before they're done. It's a policy that has served us very well over time, but candidly, it does come with some flip side, right? To you guys, you tend to have to wait a little bit longer than the average bear to get your hands on our games. To us, it can extend out, our development time, which can, if I'm being honest, take a little wind out of our sails. I say all this to you just to illustrate how important and how special BlizzCon is to us. Your guys' passion and enthusiasm and just raw energy for our games and the worlds we've created, actually, it geeks us up, right? We tend to need it. And when we get to get out of the office and come here and do these weekends with you guys, we're the ones that get fed. And I just want to thank you guys in advance for all of your enthusiasm. And go ahead and clap, it's all great. And guys, over the next couple days, I don't know if the camera can catch this, but you're gonna see these t-shirts throughout the hall. They're black, as usual. And they've got this kind of skeletal rattlesnake thing going on. It's one of Jim Raynor's symbols from StarCraft II. If you see these shirts, they are likely attached to a Blizzard employee. So as you see Blizzard employees, guys, please don't hesitate to roll up, just say hey, give them a handshake, a high five, give them a little love, whatever. It goes a long way. We're so stoked to be here with you guys this weekend. And again, I just want to thank you in advance. I think this is going to be just an amazing BlizzCon. So guys, with that said, I'm pretty sure you guys are curious about what we've been cooking up for the past year. It's got flavor. We've got a couple trailers to show you. We got a couple things to announce. But before we get into all that, just because I'm curious, and just because I can't help it with a room of this size, I want to ask a very simple question. And I know it's early, bear with me, but the question is, where's the Alliance at? All right. Fair is fair. Fair is fair. Where's the Horde? Very good. Guys, it's funny. With both of y'all sides did really well. I think with battle cries like that, I think the Lich King is going to pee his little frozen panties when you guys roll the frozen throne and bring him down. It's coming. That check is in the mail. So while that's all well and good, I do have a remaining question. What I really want to know is, guys, where are the Diablo players in the house? Right on. Beautiful. So Diablo players, I want to talk to you guys for just a bit. You guys may or may not know, we've been working on a small kind of secretive internal project that internally we call Diablo 3. I'm here to tell you, Diablo 3 is really taking shape. It is kicking ass. It's a lot of fun. And for the past, I don't have any sense of time anymore. I think it's been about a year and a half. We've been unveiling different player class choices. So we've showed you the barbarian, the sorceress, the creepy voodoo witch doctor, right? And all of those classes, to some degree, are pulled from, classic fantasy archetypes that we've kind of ripped forward and created new gameplay mechanics, new combat conventions, all of which are an attempt to, create a stunning, visual experience and gameplay experience. And the class we're going to unveil today, Diablo players, is very much in the same tradition. It's a class that has its roots in kind of old school fantasy, but we believe that you haven't seen it quite like this before. It absolutely kicks ass. So, without further ado, Diablo players, very proud to introduce to you the new Diablo 3 playable class with all of its open-handed Tiger Strike fury, the Monk.
Are you heading to Alcarnus? The city's been overrun by the cultists. I barely escaped with my life. But you, hero, you must go. You must help. I will show you. Welcome to the city of your dead, hero. You're alive. But that's not possible. Reveal yourself, deceiver.
Well, that definitely gets the old juices going. I hope you enjoyed that, but just in case there are some of you out there that are going, all right, Blizzard, wonderful cinematic, vibe is great, but like, how does it play, right? Well, we got you covered. We have another gameplay sequence so you can see the monk in action. Well, Diablo players, as you can see, the game is in able hands, and we hope you've enjoyed seeing the monk for the first time. If you guys want to know a little bit more about Diablo 3 as it's unfolding, how the development process is going, or learn a little bit more about the monk, or whatever else the panel has going on, we have a panel right in here at 2 o'clock today, so please roll back for that and get educated, I guess. So, Alliance and Horde. You've all been, you've been very patient. And I'm quite certain you're very curious about the fate of Azeroth, how the saga of Warcraft is unfolding. And we know, based on the internet recently, there's been any number of rumors, there's been speculation, widespread speculation about the nature of what's going on with Warcraft. We've seen, stories about a new expansion set being set in the South Seas, or being set within the Emerald Dream, new races, new race class combos, a lot of wild, unsubstantiated lore, right? Oopsie. A lot of stuff. So, BlizzCon, the wait is over. In just a second here, we're gonna roll the first gameplay trailer of the new World of Warcraft expansion set. And guys, it's a doozy. So before we roll that, this is helpful information. We're gonna be having a panel right on this stage, I think at about 12:30 today, so a little bit after this presentation finishes up. So once again, guys, roll to the panel, roll back. We're gonna have our developers here talking about the expansion set. I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of really good questions. We have a lot, many good answers, and it should be a lot of fun. So, wow. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, proud defenders of Azeroth, I'm very, very geeked up to debut an expansion set that I'm confident will be nothing less than earth-shattering. An expansion set that will very literally change the face of the world of Azeroth as you know it. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you World of Warcraft Cataclysm!
As the terrible war against the Blizzcon continues, the proud defenders of Azeroth fight to secure a lasting peace. But there can be no peace when the world itself is devoured by rage. An ancient did to its nations, and the world will never be the same. As the elements battle for supremacy, Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms have been transformed. Ancient lands have been torn asunder, unleashing widespread destruction. But newfound life has also awakened. New conflicts erupt as old enemies vie for control of the world's diminished resources. At the heart of the ocean, the maelstrom churns endlessly. Many islanders of the Great Sea have been driven from their homes, seeking sanctuary from the relentless upheaval. These scattered refugees find themselves shipwrecked upon the Lost Isles, locked in battle against an unfamiliar enemy. But in their hour of greatest need, the goblins of Kazan have found new allies in the Horde. As destruction engulfs the far corners of the world, the Grey Mane Wall, the fortified entrance to the human kingdom of Gilneas, has been shattered. Yet, those who were once human have become something more. As the vile Forsaken march south into Gilneas, an ancient ally resurfaces to bring the savage Worgen into the Alliance. As the world teeters on the brink, and the mortal struggle for dominance turns to one of mere survival, the world's champions have adapted to new paths of glory. Standing vigilant against those who would devour civilization. And venturing boldly into the unearthed, forgotten bastions of antiquity. Has been broken. A new age has begun. The Alliance and Horde can only cling to hope. Deathwing has returned.
Welcome to Blizzcon.
That was the opening ceremonies of BlizzCon 2009 with 26,000 hardcore Blizzard fans in attendance here in Anaheim, California. This is the moment they've all been waiting for. Huge announcements at the opening ceremonies, but a brand new class for Diablo 3 and the brand new World of Warcraft expansion pack, Cataclysm. It rocked the crowd here.
How exciting was that? We are literally changing the entire face of Azeroth. It cannot get bigger than that.
It's a big announcement. Fans didn't know what to expect, but you saw it live here on DirecTV with our 18 hours of uninterrupted high-definition coverage. Hello, everyone. Again, I'm Jeff Keighley along with Kat Hunter, and we just saw the opening ceremonies. Just the first bit of news from Blizzard. Mike Morhaime was up on stage there, and then Chris Metzen, the VP of Creative Development, made a couple of big announcements. So let's go over those, Kat, because Mike is making his way over to the stage here, and we're going to interview him live when he gets here. Kat, first of all, let's talk a bit about Cataclysm. It was rumored online, lots of information in that trailer. There's going to be a panel at the bottom of this hour, which we're going to give to everyone live on DirecTV.
Which will give us a lot more information, obviously.
Exactly, but why don't you tell us a bit about what we can expect from Cataclysm? There was a lot of information there. It's going to change the face of Azeroth. So are they actually changing the world this time?
So it looks like Deathwing coming back, and all of the whatever is going on with the world is actually going to break apart the world that we've seen before. So the Barrens is going to change. You know, all of these other worlds that we've been questing in for so long are finally going to change. He mentioned the two new races, the Goblin and the Worgen. Worgen for the Alliance, of course, and Goblin for the Horde. We have flying mounts in Azeroth.
There was a huge cheer from the crowd for flying mount. That's a big deal?
It's a huge deal. It's going to change how everything happens. And that means they have to rework a lot of the game because the game was not designed to be able to fly over. So that's a lot of work for them. We have new race class combinations, but they did not go into what those were. I'm sure we're going to see more of that in the class panel that we're going to hear about later today. New monsters, of course, new dungeons and raids. They mentioned a guild leveling system. No details on that yet, but that's very exciting. And achievements as well. A new profession, archaeology, and the level cap is only going to 85 this time rather than to 90. So
normally they do 10, so
yeah.
it's going to be, we assume it'll be harder to get those levels now, right?
It must be a lot of time between it. Some of the speculation with why it's 85 is because Blizzard wants to hold off before they get to 100 as long as possible, you know, kind of tease it in the lower levels. So we'll see. That's a good question to ask Mike when he gets here.
All right, well, that was our reaction to some of the big announcements, but now we're going out to Jo Garcia. She is with some of the fans just walking away from the opening ceremonies. Jo, what do the fans think of the announcements?